Well, good morning and welcome to episode number 9. I'm standing at the front of my hotel in Washington, about to get an Uber to Washington Airport, the Ronald Reagan Airport, and head to Las Vegas. So it's been an awesome trip here. Had an absolute ball, not just Washington, but all the sites I've been to. And I'm really glad I've taken an extra week over here to really see some of the things I've always wanted to see. So I'm not quite sure what the highlights are yet. I'll probably process that when I get home. But the whole Philadelphia, the Deer Lake, so Muhammad Ali's training camp, the Shanksville, Gettysburg, and now Washington, just been unbelievable. So I'll probably touch on a little bit more of that in future episodes. But yeah, just had a really great time. So as I said, just waiting for the Uber and get to the airport and head to Las Vegas. All right, all checked in, ready to go, nice and easy, very quiet today. Now it is September 11 here, so I'm not sure whether that's got anything to do with it, whether not think there's anything's going to happen, but just that there's lots of things going on around the country, especially here in Washington. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'll take it, nice and easy. So off to get a coffee. Got a couple of hours before we get on board, and looking forward to heading to Las Vegas, what should be, I think, a lot better fight than what most people think with Canelo and Berlanga. So either way, Vegas for 4 days or 3 days. 4 days? Yep. Not going to argue with that, no matter what the fight's like anyway. And welcome to Las Vegas. Yes, Sin City, back again. Almost my second home these days, but always great coming back. I love it. It is 36 degrees Celsius today, which I think is 102 Fahrenheit. So nice and warm one today. So we'll go down and get a taxi or an Uber, and we should be right on time for 3 o'clock check-in. And we'll see what we can get up to tonight on the famous Las Vegas Strip. Okay, now this is my home for the next 4 nights. Got to say, I'm feeling a little bit gypped though. Fantastic room. I love this hotel. Smoke-free, which is good here in Vegas because everywhere people smoke. But last time I had the view of the T-Mobile Arena out the window. This time I have this. So not exactly the T-Mobile Arena down there, but it'll do. I think last time too I had a really good view of the pool and everything. So anyway, that's the Rio out yonder. I think that's under renovations at the moment. But so beautiful day. I'm going to chill for a bit, and then we'll get out and have a look at what's around Vegas today, September 11th, 2024. It's actually very windy out here at the moment. It was quite the ride coming in fly around a couple of times actually, because the weather was so bad, but thought we'd just get out and have a little bit of a look at Vegas. I've actually been not stuck, but I've been in my hotel room for the last couple of hours. It's of course September 11 here, so there's all sorts of documentaries and stuff all over the TV, so I just got stuck into the History Channel and couldn't help myself watching a couple of documentaries on it. So it's just still blows my mind. And actually at the airport today, I thought it was good. They a couple of times announcements came over the intercom of the airport and just asked everyone to recognise the significance of the day, and also to take a moment to show respects to all those that lost their lives on 9/11. So it is, I must admit, it's a little bit surreal to be here on this day, especially flying around the countryside, but look, it's always going to have significance 23 years later. It's been so far, so and I don't think it will ever sort of, or the fascination with it will ever cease. But anyway, it's actually really quiet here tonight. It's Wednesday night. I'm not quite sure whether it is just because it's a Wednesday night or it's the 9/11. No one's really doing anything. I don't really know, but very, very quiet compared to what it normally is. It's still quite warm. I thought we'd go for a walk down to the MGM Grand and check out. Well, it's actually always the first thing I do, to go down there and check out the ring, and with the lion in the ring and the advertisements for the fight. We missed the open workouts today, unfortunately. It was on about half an hour before I arrived, so yeah, not real happy about that. It's always good to see the open workouts, and the grand arrivals were yesterday. So I missed that as well, unfortunately, but we've still got the press conference tomorrow. I doubt I'll get into that, but we'll give it a go. But worst case, we'll get to the press conference, the weigh-in on Friday, ahead of the big fight on Saturday night. And flags all over the country at half-mast today. That there is the main entrance to the Park MGM, one of my favourite places in Vegas. Smoke free, as I said earlier. And I'm not sure what's happening here. This is not normally here. It must be under some construction. This is the entrance to New York, New York. So not really something I'm sure you'll want to see, but this is what happens a lot in Vegas. Always construction, always something going on. The town that's just under construction seems to be 365 days a year, fair income. Every time I come here, there's some section of it that's closed down. But anyway, we move on. So we'll see how quiet it is tonight. There's a few cars down there that'll be coming along in a minute, but there's the M&M's world across the road there. 3 or 4 stories high of just M&M stuff. Amazing. Up here is the famous MGM Grand. Site of many, many of the biggest fights in history. And over here, behind what looks like the Brooklyn Bridge there, is New York, New York. Another one of my favourites. You can just see up there, by the way, the tracks of the roller coaster. It goes around the property, and all the times I've been here, I've never been on it and never will. And it actually looks like the scaffolding is there for the New York, New York sign. Didn't notice that until just then, but yep, looks like that is why it's all been blocked off and no access. And speaking of New York, New York, check out this place. Love coming in here. One of my favourite casinos. I've made it into like downtown or backstreet New York City. With all the eateries and bars, and really cool place to come. Really good food. And actually over here is one of the places with a lot of good memories. I remember coming here with the Maloney twins, Brian Butler, Uncle Ronnie, Jade Mitchell were all there, into the Times Square bar and the Dueling Pianos. Great night of entertainment. Two guys on pianos who just go back and forth, take requests. I think I remember the night we were actually there, there was some Poms in the bar, and it was the Aussies versus the Poms in the requests. Great night, great memories. And this could be any casino in Las Vegas. This is probably the part, strange enough, of Las Vegas I don't really enjoy too much, is just people who sit on these like zombies all day. Probably the same people that go home and yell at their kids for being on their mobile phones all day, who just seem obsessed by their phones, are the same ones that sit here all day and just push buttons. I don't get it, but there's so much to see in Las Vegas. I know it's a gambling town, but there's so much to do here. I just don't understand how you can people just sit here all day pushing a button. Anyway, each to their own. Really cool casino. New York, New York. And there's something you don't see every day. The Statue of Liberty made out of red licorice. And this is the Hershey shop. This is probably one of the best spots to see Las Vegas. And as you can see, it's a little bit quiet out there. But I'll come back here later when it gets dark and get a better shot. See down yonder the Eiffel Tower, Planet Hollywood, and across the road the MGM Grand. And there is another flag at half mast for 9/11, or the 9/11 tribute today, in front of, I think it's a 2/3 replica of the Statue of Liberty, which is right out the front of the New York, New York Hotel and Casino. And there's a little bit better view of the Las Vegas Strip that has seen busier days. Let's see if it picks up a little bit later. I've never seen it this quiet. And this is the entrance to the MGM Grand. Well, not the entrance, but a entrance. I always like coming down this way off the Strip. It's just a really nice, cool way to start your little mini journey through the casino. And right here is where the open workouts would have been today. I don't muck around taking the ring down. And seen Aussies here, Tim Zhu, Andrew Maloney and Jeff Horn have all done open workouts right here. Probably seen it on all the social media channels and YouTube channels that televise it, but this is where it happens. What did happen? Right here. Oh look, poker machines. Can you guess which casino? Yeah, no, still in the MGM Grand. Here is a David Copperfield Theatre. I've actually seen David Copperfield a couple of times. First time was back in 2011. The last time was earlier in the year when I was here for the Tim Zhu fight. And it was the exact same performance. Been here a long time. I think he's been here about 20 years or something like that. But good show, but you can tell that he's a bit tired, old David. Here is the first thing I always go to when I get here. The ring at the MGM Grand foyer. See, there's a replica WBC belt and the lion in the ring. They do it for every single big fight that they have here, and I've been here many times, and it's always fight fans everywhere around here. I think they have the same idea as me. Something I will give the promoters is that the fight is very well represented. There's a lot of banners and neon lights and signs and everything like that to do with the fight, so they're really going all out. Word is it hasn't been the biggest sell. It's up against the UFC, of course, but I haven't actually seen one thing for the UFC yet, which is unusual. Now over there is the MGM Grand Garden Arena. That's where you enter, and over there is the press centre. That's where they all go, and that's where all the reporters and, well, the main social media guys, I suppose, but everyone with media credentials gets in there. I have been in there once. Can't remember what fight it was, but quite an experience to see everyone at work in there, bringing you all the news from all over the world. And here is our favourite haunt when we come here with Uncle Ronnie and whoever's coming with us, the MGM Food Court. I've seen many famous people in here before: Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roger Mayweather. Some of the best food options you can get in any food court in the Vegas casino. So you never know who you're going to run into. Actually run into Jeff Horn one day having a pizza, while his wife is having a pizza in the corner. You just never know who you're going to see, but really good food options in here. And in honour of Uncle Ronnie Picken, this is his favourite joint here, chicken tenders. Shout out to you, Ronnie. Here is the fight week schedule. You see there we've missed the grand arrivals. They were on Tuesday. Fighter workouts are here at 3:30, but the official weigh-in 12 o'clock on Friday, right out the front of the T-Mobile Arena. And of course the big fight on Saturday here in the States, Sunday back in Australia. Right over yonder there is the Oyo Casino, formerly the Hooters Casino. I've stayed there a few times, but next to it is, or was, the Tropicana, and I just cannot believe that it's gone. See in the background over there the rooms, the structure that hasn't been demolished yet, but over there it's just rubble. Now this casino, I think, had been there since the 50s, and it's been demolished to make way for the baseball team coming to Vegas in a few years. I think the Oakland A's, but obviously they'll be the Vegas A's or something like that. But see over there too, by the way, the backdrop there, the Mandalay Bay and the Excalibur, both great casinos. But that is mind-blowing, the fact that a casino that's been there for so long is now rubble. And check out this bad boy here, the line out the front of the MGM Grand. Great time to get him as well, just on dusk. Used to be actually a more of a kids theme, the MGM. It used to be a lion's mouth. It used to go into the foyer that used to have a Wizard of Oz exhibit or whatever, or display for the kids, and now it's more obviously designed for adults. And this here is the Excalibur, probably one of the more lower end casinos in Vegas, but always cool to see with the medieval theme. We're going to go check out their buffet as well. Let's have a look. And I know I filmed this earlier, but how cool does it all look at night?
Abrazo a todos y buenas noches. Exactamente, Charlie, yo veo una pelea que va a terminar, la verdad, por la vía del knockout. Yo creo que antes del octavo episodio, un Canelo que esperará la reacción de los primeros 2 rounds de Jaime Munguía, ver cómo se desarrolla y posteriormente.
All right, I am currently standing in front of T-Mobile Arena. This is where it's all going to take place on Saturday night, Las Vegas time, Sunday, Australian time. and I'm not quite sure who they were. They were a Spanish-speaking trio, so I'm assuming it's just a Mexican sports channel. But yeah, this is it. This is the excuse me, the T-Mobile Arena. This is where it all took place again back in March. Was it late March? I think it was, when we were last here for the Tim Tszyu fight. So it's amazing to think that 5.5 months has gone by. So at the back of me over there, you can probably see the stage set up over there. That's where the weigh-in will be. That's on Friday here, US time, Las Vegas time. And an interesting one here, you see just behind me here. I was here at a fight, would have been 5 or 6 years ago. I can't remember which one it was. But right there, they put a ring. So the night before the fight, they had a ring there and they had fights. So they had about 5 or 6 fights completely free. You could just walk up like I am now, and they had fights at ringside. So it's amazing to think that happened right there. But yep, so that is it. So look, that's going to be about it for today. I know it hasn't been overly exciting with a lot of stuff. I hope you enjoyed just a few of the sites that I've been to here in Las Vegas. I promise there'll be more to come. I've only sort of touched on one little part of the strip tonight, but it's been a long day. I've been sort of on the go since 7 o'clock this morning, and even though it's only about 9 o'clock in the evening here, it's midnight back on the East Coast where I've just come from. So I'm a little bit tired, so I'm going to take the opportunity just to have a quiet one, especially when they've got all the documentaries on TV tonight. So as I said, I promise the next couple of days I'll get around to a bit more of the Las Vegas Strip and give you a little bit more of an insight and a look at what happens here. But I think the only boxing thing will be Friday, will be the weigh-in, which I'll obviously film for you guys, and then get as much footage as I can from the fights on Saturday night. So guys, that is a wrap for day number, is it 8 or 9? I've lost track. Whatever it is, hope you have a good one. We'll catch you tomorrow in the next episode.